Welcome to the Bear Trap Podcast. We're your hosts,
Jay.
Paul.
Yes.
Yeah, energy.
Energy for days.
Bruh. Right, before we get going,
Hit 'em.
before anything else gets said, we now have 45 subscribers.
It's crazy.
Which is mental to us because we thought we'd have about 12 by now.
Yeah.
We're so happy with that.
We've
But
only been doing it 2.5 years.
I know,
That is it.
sound,
Not
innit?
going at all.
We just need 5 more people. Just 5. Just to hit that subscribe button.
Just to get
That
to the
is
magic
it.
number, yeah.
50, we're retiring.
50, then puts us what, like... I don't
Then
know,
it's the road to 100.
35,
We
eh?
started this and it was the road to 50. You remember?
I do remember.
We're now 5 off. Just
Please.
press the fucking button.
Press the f***ing button.
I mean, generally, it's not even hard. And do you know what? I understand it because I watch loads of videos and they always ask
And I
me
just-
and I don't.
And I just
Because
go,
I know
no.
they'll pop back up in algos eventually. And
Yeah,
I'll find
I don't
it.
even like the vid, so I can show you later.
But don't do that.
No, please
Just
do.
5 of you. Just 5.
Only 5.
And by now it might be 4.
It could be.
Might be 3.
Keep going. AMC.
Might be 2.
2.
Might be 1. We don't need you now. Stop.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Nobody subscribe.
But that's that out. Also, go follow us on TikTok because we want to get to 1,000
We
subs
will have
on
a
there.
banner along that'll show you all eventually. We haven't got around to doing it yet.
Like, we want 1,000 TikTok followers because we tried to go live the other day.
We couldn't do
And we
it.
couldn't because we haven't got 1,000 subs.
So pathetic.
It is because then I just went on Insta, did it immediately.
Yeah.
So
But it'll happen.
it will.
The universe will do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So then, what else was the J? So go. Yeah. There's all socials.
Yeah, all that bollocks. It's
press
so easy
bell.
to find. At Bell It. At the Bear Chat Pod. Or something along those lines. For every social. Yeah.
It is the Bear Trap Pod on, and not podcast. The Bear, spelled B-A-R-E, Trapped Pod on everything. I've kept it the same. The email at gmail.com, Twitter, TikTok, Insta, all the Bear Trap Pod.
Right. There you
Right?
go.
So you can't even.
There's no excuse.
No. We don't even need a banner. Just keep saying the Bear Trap Pod.
I just like the banner because it's just a sick idea, but we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not hard to find us, apart from the bear, probably spelling the bear, maybe, but it's not hard to find. Get out there, get it done. YouTube, Rumble. We don't push Rumble enough.
No,
we're on Rumble as well. It's going to be unedited on Rumble, by the way, so you can hear the beep. Constantly
Yeah, go over to Rumble.
Rumble's peng.
It is peng.
And
YouTube's good.
I'm going to put it out there, bro.
Yeah.
We're professional.
We are professional now.
Yeah, we are professional.
One of our videos, thanks to Leslie and Stephen Shaw, one of them videos got last time I saw them, I can bring it 180 views, and we actually earned 77 cents.
That means we're pros.
We're professionals. We've actually earned money through the podcast.
So yeah, that's sick.
That is sick.
That is sick.
I looked and I was like, what the fuck have we earned money? And then I went back through and had a look at catalogue. Leslie Shaw and Leslie and Stephen Shaw blew us. We went viral.
We went viral. Like,
Very small viral.
Very small. But
Like the tiniest virus there is.
the fact is, we've made money.
And
That's all that matters.
That's if we died tomorrow, I'd be not happy at all, but I'd be happy.
Professional podcasters,
That's all we wanted. We just said we wanted to earn money from a little bit of money from a podcast. We've done that now, so tick, subscribe. Anyway,
Done.
any other news before we get into today's topics?
No, I'd have to say we did complete something rather amazing this week, didn't we?
Is that what we're doing the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, that sound.
No, we achieved something great. We stuck to it. We actually stuck to something because we chat and we don't stick for anything we ever say. This time we did, didn't we?
We did.
So go on, let you take it away if you want.
You're
we went to
flow
go
riding right
We
now,
went to go and see Jonathan and Karen, who was, if you've watched it,
This is their YouTube channel.
yeah. So we went to go and see them to carry out the ghost hunt that we did say were coming, and we finally actually did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On time, when we said we did, we would.
we did. Yeah. That's kind of it is with that. So we actually, saw some cool stuff, experienced some strange phenomenon, didn't we?
To be honest, yeah.
It's strange because we're not. Go on,
I just want to say,
please do.
right, just before we go on, because I know what's going to happen, me and you are going to now start riffing like crazy.
Yeah.
Before we do,
Yeah.
right, we needed a little disclaimer. We're not going to show you a lot of the footage that happened that night.
Yeah.
Because this is Ghostly Locations' moneymaker.
Yeah.
This is what they do. right? So we've got a little vlog to show you, and then some of what we call the funny bits. That's what we're going to cover. But the actual and genuinely, there was a lot of stuff happening that I have no explanation for. Jay has no explanation for. The only explanation is there were spirits there with us, genuinely.
It sounds really silly when you say it,
You
but
say it out loud.
we were in the moment, and it were like, I'm not particularly like a strong believer. And I know you're
I've
not
said
either.
80%.
Yeah, so it was kind of weird when we were in there, and it's like, timings of things. It just seemed really strange, and I have to say, it kind of points that they are real.
I mean,
I will put it out there.
where you have to believe us, right? Because I went there thinking that, like most paranormal investigators, they've got buttons and ropes and shit. I can 100% vouch, as much as I'm stood here on my family's lives, I did not see one button, one rope, any kind of nonsense. You have to believe that part. There was no... What's the word? Tomfoolery. There was none of that. That is the one thing I want to stress. Whether what you see, you believe, you've got another explanation for, which I totally accept. Please let me know in the comments, and we'll see if we can get an answer for that. But what you are about to see, what you will see when you watch Ghostly Locations video, genuinely happened.
It did.
And can we give these lots some more love, because they've only got 24 subscribers, right? Genuinely 3 of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, and it costs them a fair bit to do it as well.
Yeah.
So they do, you know what I mean?
And like, my wife's now obsessed with watching videos. Like, obsessed, bro.
Yeah.
And I just think we'll leave a link in the description.
Yeah.
Straight to their page. Go show them some love. They're on TikTok. They're on everything. Everybody's always on them now. So they're on all socials. Please go follow the YouTube, because genuinely, if you watch that, there's some things in there.
Yeah.
That now I watch it, now I've been with them, and I know that it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's everything you see is genuine.
Yeah, it's like whether you like still believe after, and like you've touched on, whether it's real or not, or you, like you say, think there's another explanation, that you're more than welcome to throw it out there. But all we can say is they didn't do anything.
They did not do anything.
That's it. And neither did we, obviously.
Some of the things that happened blew my mind. That is all I can say. They blew my mind. So we're going to have a little transition, but please go follow them.
Yeah.
Please. If you watch this video, I'd rather you follow them than follow us, to be honest, because they need a bit of... They need something to...
Yeah.
They're genuinely 3 nicest people.
Yeah.
Jonathan, Karen, and Beth. 3 of the... Honestly, genuinely... They made us at ease, didn't they? Jay's very awkward socially, and he was a bit worried about going to... But they just literally... It was just lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was class from start to finish.
Yeah.
Good night. Took us like 5 hours we were there.
Well, we were there. We got there for 8.
Yeah, and we left about 1
Half
didn't
one.
we?
Yeah, it was a long night.
So we were there some serious...
And they let us go because I had work the next day.
Yeah.
They packed up and didn't get home till 5 in the morning.
That's
how dedicated they are. And I think if someone shows that dedication and they're lovely people, everyone should go follow them.
Agreed.
Genuinely, go follow them. Like us, don't watch them again. Just give them that up. They need it.
Yeah.
We're trying to help them out with a new logo and stuff.
Yeah, we're like, I want to become like friends at show.
Yeah, I really like it. Yeah. And they're coming back on when they've released their documentary, which you should all go watch because it's starring me and him.
Our footage is shit.
Ours is shit, but they had like infrared cameras. They have all the tools.
Yeah.
We just had 2 phones. But genuinely,
you look through all our footage. You look back through it. It's just dark.
It's just black with flashing lights. But you will see some of it here. But they've got the whole full setup, and again, genuinely amazing. So we've made a vlog. So we're going to show you the vlog, and this is basically from when. Did you pick me up?
I followed just yours.
You picked me up though.
Yeah.
After stalking me, he picked me up. So literally, we're about to play the vlog, and that's his journey there. A little bit before the investigation started, and then did we do it on the way home? We did, didn't we? And then a little bit afterwards,
I think we might have just spoke all the way home. I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But
do you know what, we should have got one of those things for phone.
Yeah, we're going to get
things.
Right. Yeah. So we'll play you the vlog now, and then after the vlog, we'll go into some of what genuinely, I say this a lot, but blew my mind.
Yeah.
It was totally unexpected from me, to be honest.
Well,
And as they said, there was a lot of activity that night, more than usual. And I think that's because I walked in and I was literally like calling them out like, there's no such thing as ghosts.
yeah.
They heard that.
All very antagonistic towards the spirits.
And you could tell later on, apart from, if you stick around for one thing, stick around because Jay literally got assaulted by a ghost. Sexually. Anyway, here's the vlog. Got a teaser.
We are on our first pod adventure. Podventure. Hashtag podventure. Jamie's word. Best thing he's ever come up with. Ever. Genuine. But we're on his way to Antwerp Mansion. We're off on a... Whoa! Nearly dying. We nearly became a ghost. But we're actually going ghost hunting. Good segue, Range Rover. We're off ghost hunting with the people that we had on... Karen and Jonathan from Ghostly Locations. We're literally en route now. We're going to be there in about an hour. That's about it, really. We're going to keep you updated. If you subscribe now, you'll see the pod. All the links to the podcast will be in, which will show the whole adventure from beginning to end. So I'll see you there. Peace. So we're
packing a beer.
Pack whatever you want. So here we go. Shot on my legs as well. Lucky you.
Oh,
Gonna smash these and we're gonna get on the road. Jay, have you got what to say?
What?
Anything interesting?
No.
Grand. Yeah, so we just smashed the burgers. All of them in about 3.5 minutes, 5 minutes.
All day.
Wind is winding.
Very windy, bro.
We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep this short because there's biffs everywhere, just pressing lights and shit. We're gonna get some NOs, and then hit the motorway.
Absolute bait.
If we have any more thoughts, we'll let you know. Have you got any more thoughts?
No
Do you think that's gonna happen, Jay?
What?
Do you think we're gonna get ghosts?
I think something will happen. I'm not even a ghost believer. I don't know what.
I don't know what to believe. But if I actually see some shit, I'm 100% believer and f you all. Peace. We're just at Antwerp Road. Jay's just sorting himself out. Look. Oh, God, ladies, stand back. So the mansion, we can see it. We're a little bit early. And if you know me and Jay, we like being early, but we don't like showing people we're here early.
Now we're hiding.
So now we're just on Down Road. We can see the mansion. It looks a bit scary, doesn't it? It does look scary. But I'm trying not to be influenced because like we're genuinely approaching this like ghosts don't exist. They don't. They don't exist. So me and Jay are saying these things don't exist.
Well, on.
All uniformed up.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah,
I don't know what to do.
we don't think they exist. That's how we're approaching this. Jay's terrified because of his tism. His tism's kicking in right now.
Tism in there, bruh.
Are you nervous, mate?
I am just about.
Tell him what you're nervous for.
Well, just what it is I'm not bothered about the actual ghosts themselves. I could get literally very inappropriately touched. I won't be bothered.
Can you imagine getting if you got bummed by a ghost?
If I did, then it's my problem. It's my fault. Everything's my fault. But what I'm scared about is just it's the whole meet and greeting part. Once I've met them and I stand there like a spare part, it just feels orcs, innit?
No,
It does to me.
why?
It's like just this bit now. We sat here.
Well, I don't have tism and I'm not bothered.
The gate's shut. We sat in the car. It's awkward. There's people around. I'm like, what is happening?
Well, we're just waiting.
Wait for what? Do we have to get in touch?
Oh, this isn't a TikTok video either.
Why?
And I've done it wrong way because it's not. This is for actual vid. It's gonna be wrong way around. Yeah, it's gonna be wrong way around. I'll just zoom in or some shit. What?
In what sense?
Well, the video that I'm going to edit about the adventure that we're about to.
What's the wrong way around this video?
Yeah, it's in 9:16 instead of 16:9. He doesn't know. Just it's fine. I know.
I understand the race. I understand what it is, but
It won't matter.
It's all right, isn't it? It's fine.
Yeah, sound. So, our video was when we're actually driving in, because it does actually look pretty scary, but it's really weird, really, because this used to be a nightclub, but it's like literally we're in this weird cul-de-sac kind of vibe, and then there's just this massive mansion. You can't see it from this angle, unfortunately. Jay's getting his sweat wipes out.
It's just my hands are clammy. I don't want to, first impressions, I don't want to have clammy hands. I think that's embarrassing, isn't it? The moment you make that, that's it then, it's game over. There's no respect for you for the rest of the night. If it were me and someone had clammy hands, I'd be repulsed by him forever. And I'm one of them people, so I would repulse myself.
Not as bad as Shmon.
Yeah,
Sweaty.
Shmon has.
When you're
Are you editing all this?
Where are we, Jay?
I'm to Blind Tiger. Antwerp House in Manny. I don't know what part of Manchester it is though.
The worst part.
Definitely the worst part, mate. It's shit.
So it is.
It's got that weird Lancashire stench.
I know, mate.
You know when you're on the right
Lancashire.
side of Penrose.
So this is the mansion as you come in. Used to be a nightclub as well. Churchill on wall. War is over. Stuff only. Scary rooms. Scary Muriel. That's not going to help at all, is it?
And then he was.
Eh?
Maybe I should play with it again.
No.
It's actually worse.
Does it? This is the nightclub and where ghost locations are setting up. Lovely. We're upstairs, just for a quick look. I'm chucking that one. Are you like Dora the Explorer, bro? No, keep it
I've
on.
got merch on back.
Merch. That's our own merch, by the way, but you'll have to contact us if you want one, because it's a pen. I make them custom. We make them custom. So, like, this is like a grand hall. It is pretty terrifying already. A stage. Creepy ass ladders. Sex swing. These are some toilets. It's going to get very dark in here very quick as well. I can tell. There's Jay again, not a monster.
What are you saying?
Just saying it's going to get very dark in here very quickly.
It's going to get very dark, losing natural light.
And like, there's like little mannequins just to terrify you more when it's pitch black. Eh?
You did piss really bad.
There's a toilet in there.
Does it work?
Yeah. This is a skylight. I don't know, just have a wee in it. So. This is where a kid fell through all the way down there and died. And this is apparently one of the most haunted rooms. This is one of the rooms. That's weird. Why is the light distorted like that? Who knows? I've got some crap on it. Get rid of smudge. Anyway, not a ghost. Scary foil. So these are all the rooms that we're going to be doing stuff in. And then that creeps me out. Don't know why. Creepy fireplace. Really creepy. And then you find stuff like this, which isn't all that good, is it? Record collection, mad record collection, more mannequins. Right, we'll see you at the other side. Well, it's half time. Jay's talking to his bird. It's mad, this.
What?
I'll go down here.
What's that for, sorry?
I said it's mad. It's genuinely mad. Turn it that way. I don't even know why I've got like a box or something. Oh, is it to make it lighter? I see. Genuinely, things that are happening in here are mad. As I said on podcast, I believe like 80% in ghosts because of stuff that's happened to me, but this is mental. It's just mental. It's the music box. The music box for me scared me, and in that coal hole, I knew there was something. Even Jay's like it's compelling. So, and Jay's very logic and orderly. Anyway, we're gonna record a bit more before we head home. We'll see you after. Peace. Oh, this was filming. It's mad, isn't it?
It's mad. Okay.
Right.
It feels really strange when you put this on. Honestly, the holy water. I do this first, just with that protection for each person before I even do anything else. Then we need the chime. You can always hit the chime, Jonathan, if you want.
Take that off when you're talking to God.
These spirits is
Do we need to?
I don't know why. Just get
Well, if something happens to us, then we'll know what really went wrong.
if you get pumped by a ghost when you get home, you expect that. Anyway, let's
No, he's lighting the stage. This is a very important part.
you know
We
that
have
sage is
to-
a hallucinogenic.
Oh, well, there you go. I don't know. All I know is I love the smell of it.
One of the stories in the Bible about the burning bush, or a sage bush. And then he talked to God, but it's got DMT in it.
Oh.
Oh,
You know when you go home and you're feeling all spacey, as you say.
Oh, God, I could sit there literally. You know, it's true though. It does kind of make you feel very zen.
right then.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. So, are you going to do that first, and I'm going to do the holy
Yeah.
water? Okay. So that goes, and that just sets all the negative away, right? We're going to ask for protection. Nothing negative, malevolent can follow him home. Protection for Jamie. Nothing negative or malevolent can follow him home. Follow him home. Praise Christ, amen. Okay, one more time on the chimes, please. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command all demonic spirits, malevolent entities, or any spirits that mean harm to us, or that have gained access from us from this location we have visited, to be banished from us. In the mighty name of Lord Jesus Christ. Jesus, I ask you to send your angels now to completely disarm all attachments from us and disarm their every device and render them destroyed. I ask your angels to remove all foul spirits, demonic or malevolent spirits attached to us or any of our equipment, and bind them to your feet for judgment. By the authority and the power of the Lord Jesus Christ and in his name, may these things be fully accomplished now, through your mighty name. I give you thanks, honor, and praise, and all this I pray by the authority and the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who came in the flesh. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, so that should pretty much disarm anything, and nothing should be attached to you or anything you've brought. So, sage, holy water, you name it. If anything happens, let us know.
What happened?
If your house becomes haunted, and if your house becomes haunted, we will come and personally get rid of it.
I don't know if you saw a
Oh,
message.
well, I'll tell you what.
Right.
Need to get him to come to our house.
Peace.
We can come to your house anytime.
Come on, Paul, we're leaving.
We've done this. Yeah, right.
We survived.
Take it easy.
Survived Antwerp Mansion.
See you later.
Mansion.
Right, so there's the vlog. As I said, there's no ghostly in there. That was just us
Just been dicks.
being dicks, driving there, having a quick walk round, which you've seen now. But I mean, the place is really creepy. Judge Dredd's car outside.
That is cool.
That dog bear who sleeps with ghosts. He's cool.
Yeah,
That dog.
Shit, that dog's just chill.
Honestly, the most chill dog you've ever met in your life. I mean, you just seen like what did you think when we got there?
Well, I was
It's
nervous
not-
anyway.
It's not where you would imagine something like that to be, would you?
No, it's down like a little housing estate type thing, and then some random iron gates. And then anyway,
And then you go in and there's just this genuine massive house,
and like the owner of it still lives on site, but it lives in like an annex to the side. So
and they rent it out for art galleries and filming.
filmmaking
and
happens
and
there, yeah.
Other ghost hunters.
Yeah,
have been.
yeah.
Other podcasts have been, to be honest, they said. Or do they do podcasts on it? I don't think many podcasts have been there. They talk about it because it's meant to be like genuinely high up there on the
Yeah,
the
haunted list.
list of haunted buildings. But like the building itself were pretty creepy. Just because we got there, it was light.
Yeah, and to explain all the graffiti and stuff that you've seen after it was what it was. It did become a nightclub for either a brief period of
Do
time.
you
I
want
don't
a
know.
brief history?
Yeah.
The buildings were built for all. It was a gated community, so I imagine there was more than one mansion.
Right.
And they were for all mill owners and all the industrialists. Ugh. All industrialists.
Yeah.
That sounded better. Can't speak, but you know. And so they had this big gated community where all the people who owned all the mills and all the things that made stuff back in the 1800s. That's what it was originally built for. Kept through the family. Then obviously the people who own the mills and that lost all the money and stuff. I
Yes.
imagine they couldn't. This is me making this middle bit up.
It's
But
facts,
then,
obviously.
yeah, 100% facts. And then I reckon late 80s, stroke 90s, they turned it into an actual nightclub. Like an actual, and if you have a look at the video now, that might, everything were, like the toilets, for example, they were mad, them, like all.
Yeah, all graffitied and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
But now the guy who owns it, I believe, is like, you saw Judge Dredd's car, is a collector of stuff.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff, like, you might see some footage, and there's like a coffin. We know that's not a real coffin.
No.
It's a stage prop. Keeping you up, fella, are we?
No.
Yawning doesn't always mean you're tired.
It does, when you're concerned. Yeah, but the building itself is mad. Like, I found it mad, because it's just doesn't fit where it is.
No.
It obviously did when it were built, but like now, you're just down this little council estate. There's this big white house. It looks like it's in disrepair.
Yeah, it's
On
very
the
like
inside, it's-
derelict and that in it in
It
parts.
has that feeling, and that added to the spookiness a little bit.
Agreed.
But the spookiness wasn't brought by the decor, was it?
It was brought by the afterlife.
Yeah. Well, and I know people are going to watch this and just be like, bullshit, like Jeff, his stepdad. He's like, oh, bollocks. And I'm like, no, bro, genuinely, this shit
Yeah.
happened. So, I mean, what we're going to do now is just very briefly run down like our top 5 moments.
Yeah, there was some class moments there.
And I mean,
as well.
we should start right at the beginning, shouldn't we?
Let's go.
I mean, the beginning, because it was still light outside, we went subterranean, didn't we? Downstairs.
Yeah.
And there were 2 rooms downstairs. And the first one we went in, it started me off.
Yeah.
Because it were...
Well, they had like a big like stone table in there, or a stone slab. And then they were like, so obviously people have been before and done like Ouija boards and shit there.
There were a fucking pentagram.
Yeah, they draw like a pentagram with all funky symbols on, which you probably see. And I do have a picture. I'll send you that, Paul. I did take a picture.
You know the smell you're on about?
Yeah.
So, this is not pod related, but I think it's on the cans. I just got a right whiff of sick when I did.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Anyway,
Whatever.
so a pentagram on a stone slab. So, I mean, again, watch Ghostly Location. I'm going to keep saying that throughout, but watch Ghostly Locations, because they'll obviously have the infrared of this weird pentagram. We arrived at the same time as them, maybe 5 minutes after. They didn't have time to draw the pentagram, but
No, it's not there.
a lot of people have used that place
Yeah,
as this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's openly said, like, it's very transparent. Other people have drawn this. People do come there and do, like, say, the Ouija board seances, all that sort of stuff. So that were all there, which is pretty cool, actually, because they were quite symmetrical. I couldn't have done it. They were quite impressive, to be honest.
Beep, boop.
Yeah, they were, like, just obviously shit everywhere, as you could see it room. I will have pictures as well, and they're, like, excerpts from video that I took, so I'll be able to snapshot them and give you to them, and you can put them in.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the whole setting was pretty cool. So in that room, there was like
I'm telling you now, it kicked in straight away for me.
Yeah.
I walked in the room, and like I've watched this kind of stuff with my mum. My mum were obsessed with Most Haunted and all this stuff. So I've watched this stuff. Never ever experienced anything like this. Never been out of my way to go hunting the spirits. Never at all.
No.
So this were actually a first for me. But by doing this, I've heard people say things like this, but it genuinely happened to me. When we walked in, it sounds so weird when you say it out loud. And I'm just going to tell you what I experienced. I walked in and it were like it felt staticky to me.
Right.
I don't know about you. This is just me. Felt very staticky. I can't explain it. How I imagine before thunder strikes.
okay.
Or before lightning strikes, sorry. That's what it felt, and it was very heavy. And I'm just stood, the doorway is here. I just came and stood here. And genuinely, I do not get headaches. As I said there, I've said it on camera. I said it while we were live streaming. I think I've had about 8 headaches in my entire life, even after drinking, right?
Yeah.
I got the world's most splitting headache all down my right-hand side. I can even feel it now, like how bad it was. And it was very, very, very uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
And I'm stood there, and the pentagram thing was probably here, where it just in front of me here. And there was a coal bunker, because obviously... I promise you now, hand on my heart, there was something in there staring at me. And it I can't explain it, because there was nothing there. It felt like something was looking directly at me, right? And I felt that I could see something moving, and I kept saying it because that is exactly what it felt like, genuinely. Yeah. And it was freaking me out a little bit. Now, caveat to that, this was a coal bunker. It was covered, but there was slight gaps down the side where light came in, very slight. And I'm trying to be as honest about everything that we're going to say today. Genuinely, 100%, this is just honestly how I felt, right?
Yeah.
I do concede that it could have been the slither of light coming down that was playing tricks on me. Granted, right?
Yeah.
But then something else happened, which was on our live stream, which if you can be bothered, it'll be in the first 45 minutes on his Instagram page, at the Bear Trap Pod. Go have a watch, because we did a whole live stream, and I think I actually caught what I'm about to tell you on there. They had these ghostly locations, the one was a random word generator, right?
Yeah.
And one of them was a dictionary, like an electronic dictionary is literally what they were. And they literally put them on the side like that, right?
Yeah.
And nobody was near them. You can see it on camera. There's nothing touching them, nobody interfering with them. And it kept saying like very random words at the time. And then I just remember a couple of the words. And there was one that was fall, clouds. Was that one?
Foliage.
And then, well, that's this is the interesting bit to me. Then it said foliage, which if you don't know means leaves, that kind of thing. Because some people don't know what foliage is. And then what else did it say?
There was spiky.
Spiky, head, and leg, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And these words mean nothing to you. And as I said, before we get on to when the end... No, I better end it. I better tell you the ending there because it's on a point. When the lights got turned back on, I was so convinced that there was something in this fucking coal cupboard. I went over to the coal thing just to have a look. And then that's when I saw the light and I'm thinking, oh. And then I looked where the light went down. And underneath... Coming in from the skylight were 2 leaves of brambles, 2 strings of brambles,
Yeah.
the stems of brambles, spiky foliage, right? Now,
Very true.
right? But what was underneath the spiky foliage was even freakier. It was, and you can go watch me find this. This wasn't planted. This was genuinely just there. I picked this cocktail, like a long kebab stick, wooden kebab stick, like this big, and on it, it looked like the bad thing out of Toy Story.
Yeah.
It looked like it came out of that bad kids' room in Toy Story.
Sid.
There were Sid's room, yeah. It were a kebab spiker, like burnt dolls' legs and heads all kebab sticked on.
Yeah, weird that one.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's been put there before, obviously.
Yeah, we know ghosts haven't put it there.
No, but how... I don't know how the random word generator came up with that.
Yeah, like
Don't
spiky
know.
foliage, head, legs. And I'm like, they were literally there. I mean, could be a coincidence. As I
Yeah.
said, I'm being totally honest with you.
Well,
But go on.
no, I'm going to say, in amongst all this, Karen's like communicating. She's talking out, she's asking questions. Things are banging. Like voices are coming through that static thing. I don't know what they're all called anyway.
Yeah, there
There was like things coming through and like alarms have been going off, like EMF things, and there's like a thing
weirdest.
called a spider. Yeah, but that didn't go off particularly in that room. That were a bit later on. But there were certain like little gadgets and stuff that would like pick up changes in frequency and temperature. There were a temperature gauge, weren't there?
that didn't come into play till the next.
No, the next room that does come into play. So while all this is happening, then these words are randomly coming through. Then obviously Paul spots the thing. There's also a music box, right?
Well, they had 2, didn't they?
They did have 2, yeah.
At this time, only 1 was up. But do you want to explain what
Yeah,
these
so-
boxes do?
It's one of them that looks like a derma roller, so like a metal cylinder with little spikes on in different places, and obviously as it rotates, it tings off like the little metal sort of pedals, and it goes ding, 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 ding.
Like a
ding.
music
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, like
a
an
jewellery
old-
box.
Yeah. So that goes outside.
But that were out. You need
Yeah.
to clear because people don't. It wasn't just outside. This was in the hallway,
Yeah.
miles away from anybody.
Yeah. And I were filming it. I think Paul looked at it a few times as well. There's no one there. I'm pretty much stood in the door back.
You need to explain what they do. These music.
Oh,
boxes,
yeah. You have to walk. Someone has to be near them. So it like sends up if you're walking
if
around
you
it.
walk past it, or a rat runs past it, or a spirit runs past it, this fucking thing starts playing.
Yeah. It just
Only with movement. And
Yeah.
this is what we need to stress. Nobody
Yeah.
at all was anywhere near this bloody box.
No. I mean, I was stood, not necessarily near it, probably about 3 or 4 meters away. And I could literally just turn my head and see it. It were right there. And there were no one near it. And it were going off, like, started off quite slow, periodically, then it were going off. And it did coincide with the questioning and all. If you're here, are you outside, are you? Walk past the box and all that sort of stuff. And it were going off. And then she was saying, can you stop that? Because we need to ask you a question. It would stop. Quite strange. Very, very well timed if it were a prank, but it weren't. And then it got to a point where it was going off all the like.
Well, that were in next room.
Yeah,
if
the
you
next
remember.
room that were going off loads. So yeah, that was kind of all it for the first room, wasn't it, Paul? There were loads of other stuff happened, but you'll see it on there.
Yeah, we don't want to go into too much
No,
detail.
I can't do it that much justice to memory because it was quite strange.
Yeah. But then we went into the next room,
Yeah.
again, still downstairs. It had a fake coffin. We know that's just a fake one.
It did have some like weird like sex bed thing, didn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
weird
like,
sex cage thing.
BDSM type thing where like
Yeah.
people would get in the box and be caged in, and then on top, I think you just
Mate, it was
pop cheeks all over the back of it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this room was very strange because they set up all the things again, and Jonathan had put a temperature gauge. Now, bear in mind, after this, I was thinking about this today. This was actually quite mad.
Right.
It genuinely mad from a thermo point of view.
Yeah.
Like we went into the room, and I can't remember the exact temperature. I think it was 68.3 sticks in my brain.
Yeah, it sticks in my brain.
Bear in mind, they were using Karen's American, and they were using American temperatures. I don't even know what that is. I'm guessing it's about 15.
I don't really know. What
Don't you double it and add 31? Something like that. It might have been 16. Anyway, that doesn't matter. We were subterranean, right? things that are in cellars, they're very stable temperature-wise, right? That's why they can. That's why most people used to keep the wines down there. It's very, very stable, right? 5 people went in this little room, probably as big as our studio, right? 5 people generate a bit of heat. I think it's a kilowatt hour. I think they produce, right?
I don't know, but
I think the average body.
it would go up. Like,
It
we all know
should
that.
have gone up because we were all there. There was no wind movement. There was
No.
nothing. We're watching this temperature gauge just go dip, 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 just going down and down and down. And it'd taken this thermometer in every room, and no other room did it do this. This one room, dip, and it just went down. And what did it drop?
About 4 degrees.
About 3.5 to 4 degrees. That is a massive difference in a room, especially in a room with no doors. I mean, there was a door in, but no open doors, no wind coming through. You're in a cellar. There was nothing, and the temperature dropped.
Yeah.
And we were only in there about 20 minutes. 4 degrees over 20 minutes.
You could feel the wall and stuff, so we were like feeling wall, and it weren't cold to touch, was it?
No,
Everything was just nice room
It was
temp.
very strange, that. But when we were in that room, now bearing in mind there was a pentagram in the other room, because this became quite nerve-wracking, to be honest, because these were our first interactions with the spirit world as such. But the music box, which now was even further away, probably 20 feet away, kept going, and it would not stop. And Karen's talking to him, going, and this is the shit that will blow my mind, bro. Like, there's no other there's no other explanation for it. This box were going off, and it would not stop. And Karen's going, I think from memory, she's going, can you just get off that, please? It's very, very annoying, blah blah blah. But it wouldn't until she said the words, "Are there demons down here?" Right? Which, again, I'm not godly. I don't believe in demons and stuff like that. As soon as she said that, it stopped. Like, literally, what are you saying? Are you trying to warn us? Stopped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? How? Now, either they're really clever and they've got some hidden buttons because it's dark as fuck and they're just doing this. And I can't see that, though, knowing them. Now we know them.
Well, she was like holding a camera.
And
Got like a notepad. There's
nothing to
they were
press.
not in their hands or anything.
But then she went, do you want us to leave? Literally, music box, boom, straight back on. Ding, ding. Creepiest music ever,
creepy
by the way. Creepy music. And then it just... it was just quite apparent that whatever was down there didn't want us to be there. But according to Karen, the question she asked, it was the little boy who comes up quite often, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What was his name? William Christian.
Don't know.
I can't remember. Oh, mate, we were talking to him for ages. What was his name?
I have no idea. I don't remember sort of the name. It's on the tip of my
It's on
tongue.
the tip of my tongue. Something else will on the tip of your tongue later. Stay tuned for that. Genuinely funniest thing you will ever see here and ever. Can't remember the little boy's name, which is really a shame, and I'll put it up there. Anyway, just go watch the documentary. It's mentioned all the way through, but it was basically him warning us, and somebody had called something out of that pentagram and not put it back properly.
Oh yeah, it was something to do with like you meant to like close the
And they hadn't.
portal or some shit.
But again, that freaked me out a little bit. Just with all through the night, these things are going off, alarms are going off and stuff, but they stop when you ask them to. This is what I couldn't get over. Like, that box is going and going and going until you ask it a question or tell it something. And as soon as you ask the question, or
can you ask it to stop because it?
Or just can you get off it and it just stops?
Yeah, just boom, done.
It's genuinely mental, and I can't stress enough. Go watch some of their stuff on their channels because it's genuinely mental.
Well, that were like downstairs, wasn't it?
That were downstairs covered.
Then we made his way back up. Is that when we had a break?
Yeah, we had a little break for
and then we went upstairs.
Well, no. We
Can't
did
think.
we go upstairs? Where were Big Hall?
Upstairs.
Were that upstairs?
Yeah. That's the next place.
So we went up into the big hall, didn't we? Which kind of clarifies the funny thing that happened to Jay later. It really does. But again, so we're upstairs, and we went into the great. Did we go into the great hall?
No, Elizabeth's room next.
Elizabeth's room.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is somebody who lived there. Who, again, she were on these. They had these alarms, and I really wish I could remember the name of all the stuff. But there's that many things, and it was so exciting and bewildering. And
I need to find that history of that place. If you're Elizabeth that lived there.
well, we'll
I never did. I meant to have a look.
well,
All right, carry on.
But so we went into her room, and again, there's these alarms, and then they had 2 music boxes. One, if you watch the video, when you go up the steps, there's a long corridor with rooms on each side, and then there's this great big drop here. Elizabeth's room were right at the end.
Yeah.
They put a music box at the beginning of the hallway, and then one at the bottom end of the hallway, and we went into this room that was at the far end. That's right, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah.
So we we're in there, and literally for 45 minutes, we were having an argument with Elizabeth's husband, right?
What do they call him?
No, they'd never found out. They didn't know him. They just know him as Elizabeth's husband. But it was quite fascinating because these ghosts were having an argument through, if you believe this stuff, Elizabeth was outside on the music box. Her husband was inside on this BP alarm.
Yeah, this
And
like,
it was very, it was really, it's like that. There's 2 things going off. So you'd ask a question, and what goes for the locations we're trying to do is see if her husband was keeping her spirit here under duress.
yeah,
That is basically what they thought.
yeah. It took like it were a very did he hurt you sort of vibe because you commented and tried to change that narrative slightly, didn't you?
Yeah, and it didn't work.
No, but Paul were thinking like, what if you didn't hurt her? What if they just genuinely like it here?
Yeah,
Could have been.
yeah.
Turned out he bear her. No, we don't actually know.
We don't actually. Nothing actually got concluded. But like when you're talking to this, they had this BP alarm in the middle that's going off. Beep. But it was very strange because outside there was a music box going off, and when they were asking Elizabeth questions,
Yeah.
the music box outside were answering or making noise, is what I'll say. It was making noise, and literally you'll see on the videos. I mean, I've even got some footage here. I'll go quiet for a second because you can actually hear the music boxes going off on this footage. But it's just a dark corridor, obviously filming with my phone, so there's no infrared or all. But you can see the music boxes because they light up and play music when something's near them. You can see from my phone, we were all in a room. There's nobody near these boxes, nothing. But we'll be quiet a minute.
Which is your favorite music box? Is that your favorite one? Can you turn it off if that's your favorite? What do you say about this one? Do you like the other one as well?
Yeah, that creepy ass tune went off so many fucking times. And that was creepier one. The one downstairs were creepy. The one upstairs were creepy.
Yes, agree with that.
But it was really strange because they're asking Elizabeth questions. The music box is answering their questions because Elizabeth wasn't in a room. She was outside in the hallway. But as that's going off, this alarm starts going off to try and silence her.
Yeah,
So you couldn't. It was so mad. But then what would blow in my mind is Karen would go, "Can you just step off that a minute so we can hear?" And it just literally, as soon as she said that, stopped until he started getting really pissed off, didn't he?
Yeah, he started getting mad.
He was getting really mad, and then all of a sudden it would going, "Beep," and this thing would not turn off no matter what.
No.
And that's why I think, or why I know it's not fake, because there's nobody could withstand that amount of beep.
It was irritating.
You wouldn't do it for that long on purpose. But anyway, we didn't get to the bottom of why they were still there.
No. Some kid fell through a skylight, so we tried to ask
That's the little kid, innit?
Yeah,
William.
That sounds about right.
That does it. I think he's called William.
You'll see in their documentary, says his name loads. It probably isn't William, but it well could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, he fell through a skylight and died, we think. So, by the way,
He
that's
did
the
do
thing
that.
there. I can't get the that's a bit of a history on the building, but it doesn't have people in. I need to see if there's people who live there with their names. I'll try and do some research on it. But anyway, yeah, so he fell through a skylight, plummeted to his death, didn't he? Game over.
But he was the one who was downstairs.
And he was warning us. Yeah, we're we got the vibe. You get this vibe that
I mean,
He's trying to help us.
some of the questions they were asking him, it literally,
I'll give Karen a Jew. She knows what questions to ask.
yeah, unlike somebody.
Unlike some.
That's- so while we were in Elizabeth's room,
Yeah.
this just shows Jay's entirety, just this bit. So we're in there, and what did they have going? That static radio thing, which I'm going to be. This is my 100% honesty.
We have to be honest.
We have to be honest. I'm not sold on this. It's basically a radio machine that goes through the channels, including static,
FM.
It goes through them all, and people claim that the noises you hear on that are like.
You can hear like a voice will pop through, but I personally, I'm sorry, Karen, if you're watching, and we did make it like clear then. Yeah. We think that one just didn't quite grab us because it just seemed like part of a radio DJ.
Yeah, sometimes
it could have just been like someone on telly.
Yeah,
but
we don't know, and
no.
I don't think that worked as well as I've seen on their previous episodes.
Headphones when Jonathan put the mic on him answering the questions, that were incredible.
That was, but before we get onto that, let's go to the your yattiness, which is more important because this show is all about showing how yatty this man is. So we were all five of us in a circle, and they go, you need to ask a question, then wait 10 seconds because they had this super sensitive voice recorder. So this voice record, so they'd ask questions, then there were a pause to see if anything happened. Then the next person asked the question. Right, we did this downstairs first, actually.
Yeah.
And Jay downstairs were like, I mean, you could ask any question you wanted. You could literally, what colour underpants are you wearing? You know,
what's your favourite pot noodle?
Oh, like that. But Jay went, I can't think of anything. Like, literally, put on the spot, this man has no...
Can't do it.
Can't.
Shit me said. So
we did it again upstairs. We're all in a circle, and Jay comes, like, side hustles up to me. He's like, Paul, I can't think of a question. Can you help me out? Right? So I'm like... What question did I say?
This dick, right? Basically, absolutely fucks me over.
No, but there's a reason why, though.
Paul, you can get to that. So I said to Paul, I'm like, Paul, shit, my mind's gone blank. I don't know what to think of. I don't know what to do. Bear in mind, you're trying to be really quiet and respectful. Obviously, Jonathan can hear it all. So they're laughing anyway because my creativity is just pathetic. But Paul says, I don't know, ask if they're here to hurt you, right? So I'm like, right, it's a bit lame, but all right, yeah, I will. So stands there, right, gets ready. Obviously, goes to Paul first.
But hang on.
He panics and goes, are you here to hurt us? Bit along those lines.
Let's. Can we just rewind?
Absolutely stumps me at the moment. I then go, wait me 10 seconds. Jonathan then, like, everyone looks at you. And I were like, mate, come back to me. Right? So I'm like, just come back to me. Completely ruined the whole experiment. You can hear it as clear as day. And he's like laughing. He's like, all right. He comes out with something. What goes around, gets back to me. Genuinely don't know what I come out with. Oh, and then I leant forward, creaks on floorboard, and like game over. Have to start again.
Jonathan will literally might as well stood up and gone, "You are pathetic."
Yeah,
genuinely, it was so hilarious. But just to defend myself a little bit. In my head, he comes over to me. Bear in mind, I'm trying to film stuff. Everything's going on. There's a lot going on, right? So he comes over to me. I fucking need a question, Paul. Like he were asking for drugs or some shit. Like, so I'm going, well, just ask if they're here to hurt us, right? Yeah. So go back into the circle. Now, the logical thing in my brain was going, right, we'll go clockwise.
Yeah.
So they start with Karen. I'm last. I've got bare time to think of a question. Not Jay. I'm quite creative. Not Jay at all. I'll think of something easy. So we stood in the circle. Karen asks a question. Then everyone goes deathly silent and looks at me. And I'm like, whoa, I ain't even had fucking time to think of my own question. And I thought I'd thought of an original question, but I hadn't. I'd literally just stolen the idea I'd given to you.
Yeah.
Then stumping you inadvertently, thinking I'd given you one, so I'm clear.
So Paul nicks my idea inadvertently. I stand there like an absolute dick. Like,
I hope they put that in edit. I'm gonna email them to put that in because send me the footage.
It were dreadful.
We'll play the footage because it's not now. I will get
me
that.
As clear like, no, Jonathan, please come back to me. No, I can't think. You know, like that. It was really poor. And then then I leant on a fucking floorboard, completely just drowned out, ruined. And I thought it'd be fine. I thought that stuff happens all the time. And then only when he were like, "Yes, has everyone got a question now?" I thought, "Oh shit, they are actually doing it again." I actually did ruin it.
It ruins everything.
Ruined the full thing.
But the more amazing thing was you touched on it, and I'll let you go. With
that?
Jonathan and headphones, that freaked me out.
This is really impressive, right?
Very.
Puts headphones on like we've got now. Plugs it into like a little static machine that just white noise, and you could actually hear that sort of through his headphones.
I was about this. This is how I want to clarify this.
Yeah,
Right. I was about 10 feet away,
yeah,
and I could quite easily hear the white noise coming through his headphones.
Yeah.
So genuinely, and this is what made it more impressive, I hand on my heart swear he could not hear a bloody thing, and we asked really quietly.
we did.
Right. I just need to put that
it's like-
caveat before he tells you what actually happened.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know.
But he's literally got headphones like this size, right? So they're pretty chunky. Blindfolds him then, so there's no visual cues. I mean, it was pitch black, to be fair, so you wouldn't have seen out anyway. But he's like, puts like blindfold on. You can hear all the white noise coming from there. Like,
I could hear what he was saying back there. I couldn't make out what he said, but you could hear the change in the
yeah, you
static.
could hear it like go sort of. Yeah, you could.
So what it came to is, were it us four asking questions?
Yeah.
So we literally like what they
can't
said
remember
is
what sort of-
just throw out a question, but say it quietly. So I can't remember the questions. Again, go watch the documentary when they
theirs.
release it. Watch this, because I am telling you, he could not hear us.
No.
That is one thing I will swear right now. There was no way. If I could hear it 10 feet away, imagine how loud that were in
Yeah,
his
it
fucking
was.
ears.
It was. To be fair, it's, if this is like tricks, right? Absolutely quality. This. So he's got all this on. We're asking questions. I use like, "Are you here to hurt us?" type thing. It was something a bit better than that. But it's like, we'd like, so if you're here, are you here to hurt us or whatever? And he's just knelt on floor, and then he'll just go, "Yeah, I am." Man's voice, and then go back, and then it'll be like, "Are you outside? You know, are you in the room with us?" You're like, "No." Woman's voice, like, so you think, "Oh, Elizabeth, so she's outside." So it was like that, and it was because there were two of them, obviously, man and woman, spirit man, spirit woman, whatever.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, so that were actually quite impressive. There were more to it. You will see it all on there. Where I'm just trying.
We're just trying to give you a quick lowdown on what happened.
So that were cool. That really was cool.
That were what. In fact, I was
I
sold
dropped-
from the first room.
I dropped camera as well, didn't I?
Oh
I
yeah.
had a camera on tripod, and I went to like grab it, pitch fucking black. Went to grab it. This is while he's still recording as well. Fucking like reverberates all through the house, and I was like, and then obviously everyone goes, you know, like the ghost there, and I'm like, "No, it's me." Drop camera again.
I don't think Ghost Locations are ever going to invite us back.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to say it out there. I'm really sorry. I dropped her 8 clanger.
And then again, I think we end it there
Go
for that
yeah.
room because I genuinely want
there's
people
more.
to go watch.
Yeah.
Their,
Get back to the
Yeah.
to the main. Fucking,
I mean, this is also
No.
build up into what the most funniest thing I've ever seen in my life is, genuinely, and it is coming. Stay tuned, right? So then we went into the Great Hall, and this kind of backs up the funny ending that we're going to give you, right? They have, I want to say SLR, but I don't think that's right. They have this camera that I think they call
pretty cool.
an SLR camera, which basically you video what's in front of you, and it picks out the human form and turns it into a stick man, which you can see on the screen.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That is basically what it is. Now,
It's
what
like all infrared in it, so you can see like reds and blues. So
and
yeah,
the energies.
yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah,
Yeah.
like air displacement type thing.
So what they
don't
did is there were a stage in the main hall, and they got. Were it you first, or was it me? I can't. It doesn't matter anyway. So
I went up first.
Yeah. So you stood there, and as you're filming, there's just Jay, just as a stick man, which were really cool to see.
Yeah, you can see me as a stick.
Thinnest you've ever been.
Obviously, yeah.
I mean, if it was genuine, it could have done an egg.
Human form, could you? It was just
No, it was just a
man.
stick
Yeah.
man, as in it had elbow. You'll see the footage because I'm going to put it here in a minute. But what gave credence to the funny story at the end is there was a lamp in the edge, and this is what sold me on Ghost Locations. In all honesty, the fact that they were like, "Ooh, look, there's a figure there," right? So they angled it a little bit, and then immediately went, no, that's not. It's that lamp. So the lamp, obviously, if you imagine a lamp, has a stick, then a shade, has a human type form, and it didn't put it into a stick, man. It put it into this jumbled little...
it did, yeah.
And they literally called it straight away, no, that's not it. And they were like, is it that electronic source there? No, it's that lamp. It's So they called it out, and they were like, no, there's nothing in here. That's bullshit. They were like, nothing in here. And nothing really happened in the Great Hall, did it? Like, the music boxes were still going off outside.
They're just riffing for days now. We've become numb to it.
Yeah. Like, literally, Jay kept saying that. Don't you think it's weird how there's something out there setting them boxes off and you just become numb to it? You don't even notice it.
Yeah,
and it's
I
true,
don't care.
you don't.
No.
And, oh, my God. But then... So then, because the music boxes were going off in the hall, the last thing we did... What is the last thing?
More or less.
More or less. This is what we're going to end on today anyway, but because it genuinely is hilarious. They said, we'll set up the SLR camera. I think that's what it's called. Might not be, might be called something else. But they set up this camera that picks up the stick men. They set it up in the hall, right? Mm-hmm. But where they set it up this time was against a wall that had nothing. Literally, it was like this screen here. You can't see it because it'll have a picture on, but this green screen here. It was a wall, blank, nothing else. And there was one of these alarms that ghosts can set off in the corner. Right. So then they're like, right then, Jay, should we try this again?
Let's do it. So I stands in front of the wall. What happened, Paul? So he's going to be playing it here. I can see it already.
It's not yet, no. Right. What happened? What?
The figure comes in.
No, wait, though. No. It was literally like, I don't know if you've ever seen Scary Movie 3.
Oh, fuck knows, man. I can't remember.
Scary Movie 3, where the bird, I'm just going to say it, bangs a ghost.
Yeah.
Literally, guys, Jamie got sexually assaulted by a ghost. And we have the footage.
Face fucked, didn't I?
He got f***ed in the face by a dude ghost and all.
Just railing the face.
Right. So this is what happened. Jay stood there. In the mouth. Take 2. So, bro.
We've had some technical difficulties here.
Just a little bit.
So,
but we wanted to show you live-ish what actually happened. So, we went out into the corridor.
Yeah.
Right. This bit's going to be edited in because we had some technical difficulties. I don't know what I've just said, but this is just going in like this. Right.
Randomly it's going to pop up and this is going to be like a new segment. Like, it's weird, but anyway.
Anyway, just run with it. It's like how we always do. Very professional.
Yeah.
So this is outside of Elizabeth's room when we were talking to Elizabeth's husband.
Yeah.
And we were using I'm going to say SLR camera. I know it's not that. I know it's something else. I'm sure. I think it may be SLR or SRL, something like that. Anyway, picks up stick figures. I think we've already mentioned that. This is what happened to Jay. So we'll run through the story from the beginning. Yeah. I'll edit all whatever we talked about. So we were in the corridor. Music boxes going off everywhere.
Yeah.
Jonathan says, I'm going to set up the SLR camera or SRL camera outside. And as we said before, this makes stick figures out of humanoid forms, right?
Yeah.
As we said, it was picking up a lamp before, so they called that immediately. So this is why I find this hilarious and real. So we're going to run through. So Jay stood there, right?
Yeah.
He stood there, which I'm sure you'll see in their documentary because they have to put this in because it were absolutely hilarious. They might have the people out because I'm literally going, it's sucking your dick. Stuff like that. But we're going to play it and go through it step by step of what was happening. So like magic.
Well done.
So what you're about to see is, you can't see it properly here. It does come more into focus. This is the live screen from the camera that we were just talking about, and as this is in a WhatsApp group. You can see the lovely messaging here above Jay's head. That's what I put it in the WhatsApp group for all our friends to laugh at.
I can't do this right well.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Jay getting mouth by a ghost. Sounds ludicrous, but you're literally about to see Jay got sexually abused by an actual ghost, and it was a dude. Just so you all know, everybody needs to know, this guy was answering as a dude.
Yeah.
Okay? Very femme. Right.
Very
then.
femme.
So I'm going to hit play and we'll just talk you through. So this is Karen.
Oh, see, look, he's come back on.
Right. So if you can see here, I'm just going to explain it to you. And this is where Karen was asking him to move to the left, right? The stick is made up as your body is. So there's a dot here where your shoulders are, then there's an elbow. But if you can see, Jay's got like 4 elbows. And she's like, listen, dude, he's right in front of you. You need to step to the left. Right?
Yeah.
He's on you again.
Oh, he's up.
Oh no, I moved though. Yeah, no, he's there.
Man, honestly,
Like you
It's
can
fine.
see. Now wait, what's that? Now at that point, so Jay's moved to the left, and then the camera has picked up another form, another human form, right? Again,
First
Jay's
of all,
against
what's
a.
this?
Is it? Jay is against a black wall. There is nothing there. As I said before, they called out the BS before of the lamp, right? So I promise you, there is nothing there apart from Jay, who is stood there. And I think we asked it to start getting violent with you, and it starts punching your head, and then it gets really violent in a more sexual manner. I can't believe this actually happened.
I know, it's
Could not have happened to a nicer fella. Right,
No.
here we go. So as we can see, it starts like
That's
hitting him.
Now there's two. Now there's two.
whoa.
Now Jamie's
Now
mouth.
there's two, mate, honestly, he's on top of your head.
Yep.
No
Look,
joke,
he's
he's
there,
punching your
punching
head.
you.
I know you think we're joking, we're trying to wind you up.
Wait till you see it.
Right now,
Yeah.
you saw him flip round. Now, if you imagine where the pelvis of the ghost is and where Jamie's head is, now
My mouth's open at this point.
Jay was stood there going, "What?" So, what were you feeling right now, Jay? Because obviously,
I was just more like confused. I was listening to you guys tell me everything that's going on. I don't have a clue.
because it is weird. Because I
I'm
did
just
this
stood
as
there,
well,
just
and he stood there. We're going, "It's on your shoulder" and stuff like this, and Jay was like,
no,
couldn't even feel a thing.
no,
Could you feel all?
no, mate.
Now you know how your lass feels.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Your lass says same thing. It's like being
Yeah.
f***ed by a ghost by you and all,
Yeah,
mate.
that's it, innit?
And then,
You
Oh, he's jumped to either side.
look,
of
and you
him.
see there, look.
on you.
Oh, yeah, take it, Jay. Take it. You can see him gyrating
He's going
at your
for
mouth.
it.
Now, joking aside, what is this?
I don't
There's a
know, it's
humanoid form. Your mouth, bro. Genuinely.
It's mental, innit?
But there's nothing there.
I couldn't feel shit. I'll say that.
That's what your lass says.
Yeah.
Keep saying that because it's funny. look, and then just disappeared.
Did he not come back?
No, that was it. It did its business. It's like a lion.
Yeah.
Gone.
He's gone for a kip. hasn't
Gone
he?
for a kip. And then I had to wank him off just because he needed finishing off.
I've got that photo.
I know you think I'm joking.
But I want any rational person who doesn't believe in ghosts or anything like that. What happens here? Because, like, genuinely, Jay's there, stood by himself. And then, boom!
Oh, he's jumped out.
And, like, there he's, like, got his head leant against you, if you see the form.
He's ready.
He's getting
Poised.
ready. He's like,
Poised.
you just wait.
Get ready.
And
Have
then,
him now. There's two. Now there's two.
and genuinely, Matt, that reaction of mine is real because I'm like, what the f? I'm like, whoa.
It's mental, innit?
Because, like, you actually, it's again, you have to go do these things. We're experienced ghost hunters now. We've done
Obviously,
it. We've been there. Got the
professional.
T-shirt. Jay got mouth raped. We've all ghost mouth raped, so it's not real rape. We don't need to blur it out because it's by a ghost. Is that right?
Yeah,
I
I
still
think
have to
so.
blur it out, whatever. But I just want somebody with a more
Like science.
sensible head, like Dr. Ben.
What would Dr. Ben say?
Well, they keep laughing at me, but I'm like, you've never done this, bro. You can't laugh. You can't laugh. Dr. Ben, you know, I think Dr. Ben's in that group in there. But he's very quiet, he doesn't say anyway. He's like you, a bit of an auto. I'm down here. Yeah. But what is that?
Just play it through.
Oh, Jamie's
Now
mouth.
there's two, mate,
And then
honestly, he's on top of your head.
Yep.
No joking, he's punching your
Yep.
head.
Yep.
I know you think we're joking, we're trying to wind you up.
Wait till you see it.
Genuinely.
Oh,
then there-
he's jumped to either side of
He's
him.
jumping on you.
He's like a dog on heat.
He's done his bit and
Right.
gone.
I know you think I'm joking.
That is
You've just got
crazy.
to-
I feel like more violated watching it back.
Mate, I genuinely press charges.
Yeah, I've got no words, bro.
You
I
literally.
need to show yours.
Well,
Your little toss off.
bring it up. Anyway,
Mate, I hadn't even sent it in.
you did. You sent it to me. I think you sent some.
Oh yeah, it is to you.
Yeah. Let's reform. So now, I had to get my own back for my best bud because
Yeah.
he's just been genuinely molested by a ghost
me
in
see
the worst possible way. And then we'll just pause.
It's 5 minutes 31, mine. You have to find the right bit.
Oh well. Where's it in?
Yeah.
Fall armor target.
Oh,
Which one?
keep going up.
How many videos did you send me?
No, down a bit. What's there? It must be that greyed out one to the left. There. I'm looking at it there.
Or is it to me or the?
No, it's that one. Up above Michael Farm, there should be a video. There it is.
All right then. Let's.
Go get him.
Twerking.
How manly my
Go get him.
stick man looks.
We know you wanna because you've done it. If what do you want to do? What do you want? You want to make the guys go? Oh.
he's here, Paul.
Okay, he's under your arm, so walk that way.
Is it?
One more step away. Step away.
He's coming with you.
One more step. One more step. Maybe he might come out from under you.
Fuck.
There you go.
Sod it, mate.
now.
Let's now that's here. We'll just talk through the whole thing and we'll just stop it when it gets. Because again, it's freaky. I haven't seen this. I have not seen this footage. Jay sent it to me, but I thought I won't.
Yeah.
Right, let's watch it all together. So this is me.
Go get him.
Hang on. Oh, yours is right way.
Yeah,
Hang
yeah,
on.
exactly.
Give us a second. Where were
You
it?
don't need to do that. You just
Grab
click on it and
some more.
just zoom, bring it in. Oh, is that a little,
What?
little cock and balls there at the bottom?
Where?
Where your arrow is now.
Oh. Jay's actual penis. Just do it there, look.
I want to bring it over a bit so you get the whole screen in. That's what I mean. If you film stuff the right way, it makes it easier, doesn't it? Just think what you're doing.
Yeah. Right, anyway, so again, this is the footage.
This is Paul
Manhandling a ghost. How many of you lot can say you wanked a ghost off? None.
No.
How many
Especially
people
not
can
with
say
this
they got a
hand.
blowjob? They got forced to suck a dick by a ghost? Not many, pal.
Not many, so I'm
Just thee. Right, so anyway, back down here. Fucking hell. Right, so let's watch his live together. This is the first I've seen of it.
We know you wanna because
That's me. You can
you've
tell
done
by
it.
manly
What do
body.
you want to do? What do you want?
batting
You want
it.
to
It's
make the
like
guys
a-
go?
yeah,
Oh.
like a tray.
He's here, Paul.
Okay.
And then, like,
he's
what
under
is
your
that?
arm, so walk that way.
Why is he under my arm, bear?
One more step away. Step away.
He's coming with you.
One more step. One more step. Maybe he might come out from under you. There you go.
Right, he stood up now.
Now he stood up.
You're
You know what's really weird? It's cold on my right arm.
It
That's where
genuinely
he is.
was.
He's right
Cold.
on your
Genuinely.
arm. He's right on your
yeah,
arm.
it is.
Because it's backwards and all, the image.
Yeah, it is. You're right. So that is your right arm. It's weird. How
So
it does it.
it's mirrored image. So what appears to be my left arm on here is actually my right, and it genuinely was like not like icy cold or all like that. It was just like a cold breeze on my arm, but there was no breeze, and it wasn't cold. So just a bit of added info there.
He's actually stood right there.
Is it?
It's like you'd be like holding his lower back.
Go poke him. Oh, you just poked him. You just poked him.
Did it react?
Something,
Oh,
Did that
he's
just-
going back to poke
He's
him.
reacting, Paul. He's not
Yeah.
happy.
Go poke him. Go poke him. Right on
Yeah,
your
it
arm.
is. He's actually stood right there.
Is it?
It's like you'd be like holding his lower back.
Go poke him. Oh, you just poked him.
Did you see it move when I did? Mad that. It's tall, isn't
He's
it?
going back to poke
He's
him.
reacting, Paul. He's not
Yeah.
happy.
Go poke him. Go poke him.
Your hand's right where his nethers are.
Yeah, he's not happy about that.
Right.
Go get him.
I want you to do something. Touch me.
Go on.
Not there.
Punch him.
You must do it
Go on,
subtly.
show him what
think
you
I've
want
already
to do
done
to
it.
him. If you want him to leave, you have to tell us. Show him. Poke him. Poke him hard though,
Look,
so
there,
he feels
right.
it.
This is the kind
Nice.
of stuff
He's
I'm on
right.
about.
Look at this.
That's,
What?
she said poke him, and it literally its arm went genuine. Look, listen to when she says poke him, do something.
Go on. Punch him. Go on. Show him what you want to do to him. If you want him to leave, you have to tell us. Show him. Poke him. Poke him hard though, so
Can
he
you
feels
see? It's
it.
moved to there.
Nice. He's trying.
doing
Look
it.
at this. Did you
He's
see
doing
poke
that
him
then.
there? Look.
Look at his feet. You can see his feet.
He's like in your shoulder.
He's doing to your. You got to do it even harder, harder. Poke. Not in the wrong spot.
Like, ow.
He's big. Like this
He's
guy's
actually
tall.
taller than you, Paul.
He's
This
tall.
guy.
His
He's
feet
tall.
were near my knees.
Spirit. It was short in real
Yeah, we're tiny, wasn't he? You could tell.
He
Like how
is
angry he is.
Caressing
He
my
is
shoulder.
poking you.
and his aura was pink.
His shoulder's like next to your head. He's massive.
Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Oh
Also,
my God,
can you hear that in the
poked his,
background?
head,
Oh,
and
that
now
was
he's
it.
poking you.
That was it.
When I
Alan.
poked him, it went off.
Yeah.
We'll go back a couple of seconds.
He is poking you.
Watch when I poke him.
Pink.
And then
His
the alarm
shoulder's
goes off.
like next to your head. He's massive.
Yeah. Oh my God! You poked.
Right. I didn't know that happened on the day. When I went like that, the alarm started going off.
Weird watching it again, seeing like the full human form, like the feet and everything. Like
This was meant to be a funny segment, but it's turned more like what? Like genuinely.
It's the way like its shape is just surrounded by green energy.
Yeah, and mine's
And
yellow.
Yours is more like humanoid as well. You can see the sleeves. You can see the sleeves of your shirt.
The hat.
That yeah.
And he's just this blob
This aura.
of green energy. But what I can't believe, as I poked him, alarm went off. We'll play it one more time for people in case they missed it.
He's tall.
It's his spirit. It was short in real
Yeah, we're tiny, wasn't he? You could tell.
He,
Like how angry he is.
he is poking you.
No noise.
His aura was pink.
No noise.
His shoulder's like next to your head. He's massive.
Yeah. Oh.
Like,
Oh my God! You poked his.
right. What?
First time I've watched it again.
Right, now I'm reliving shit, man, and things are flooding back. I poke him in the shoulder, and the alarm goes off twice when I did it. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Like, what's the answer to that? Disbelievers, what is that?
I don't,
Because there's no way that any of them lot could have been pressing button and making these stick people appear.
it's fucking weird, isn't it?
And like you've said now, we couldn't see the other side of the screen on yours. You got a much better shot, mate. You should become cameraman. Brilliant, by the way.
Thanks.
Brilliant shooting. But now you've said that, why am I quite clearly there in yellow? You can even see my hat when I turn to the side. I think it was actually this hat. And this green blob of what they call energy. Like, what's that? And why does it react when I touch it? Let's watch into this, man.
head, and now he's poking you in the chest.
Yeah.
Go get him.
He's sort of mimicking what you're doing.
I cannot feel anything, but
What? Yeah.
it is genuine.
It's cold.
Cold dragon.
That's what I'm doing.
Literally.
Can you show us if you're Elizabeth's husband?
Someone else started laughing there.
Oh, you didn't like that. He's like, oh God, stop it.
Cold
You
dragon.
literally.
I want to go.
Can you show us if you're Elizabeth's husband?
And you turn
He
away.
didn't like that. He's like, oh God, stop it. You're felching me.
Karen!
If
Oh!
you're Elizabeth's husband, can you show us what you did
You
to
literally.
her?
See.
What did you do to her?
Right,
It's gone down under your arm now. What did you do to her?
Backing up.
He's-
to
Oh
it.
my God, look what he's doing.
He's very erratic.
He's,
Oh,
he's,
he's trying to
He's
want
like
me.
Dean himself.
he's
he's
like,
having a little
like-
cheeky
come on,
nod,
show
isn't
us what you did to Elizabeth. What's
You
it
turned
you
him
did?
on, Paul.
Come on, show us really what you did. What did you do? What did you do? Put your arm
Like,
down.
you can
Paul.
see the
Arm down.
energy.
There you go. Go get him. What did you do?
It's
Show
all
us.
changed,
This is
hasn't
your
it?
time to
Well,
tell
it
your
stands back
story.
up.
He stood up straight again, hasn't he?
Yeah, you didn't poke her. You didn't just poke. Well, depends on where you poked her. But I'm saying there's other things you've
Karen
done.
again.
Not just that. What did you do? Did you strangle her? Did you hurt her? We heard you say neck. What did you do?
Strangle Paul.
I wish you hadn't said that, so I was about to say.
Okay, go on, you say.
Oh, go on.
It feels like someone's touching me.
Well,
He's close to that
he's
area,
close to
yeah,
that area.
definitely.
That's mad. This is actually mad that you're here, bro.
Oh, there's almost something coming in from the other side. Did you see that green over there? There's yellow over there that turned green. There's probably more than one spirit here. Elizabeth, are you trying to come in on the other side? Look at the yellow next to him there.
Yeah. Oh, there is some yellow, yeah.
Someone else is trying to come in from over there.
We're having a ghost bang.
He's going to have a
Anyway, we don't want to use too much of their footage.
Oh, fair, isn't it? Better than
Right,
I thought.
like genuinely, skeptics out there. What is happening? Explain that to me.
Everyone's stood in the same room or in hallway. We're all stood
Nobody
there.
next
No
to
one's
me.
gone behind wall to like act it all out because it probably would pick you up. I imagine. I don't know.
No, I don't know, bro. But like you've just said, I'd never even thought of that. That massive ball of green energy. You can see my form. That's its form.
And it's all over. It's all encompassing. Whereas yours is clearly humanoid. Like you can see yours. You can see your shoulders, your neck, your head, everything. See the little pelvis where it branches out to your thighs. Everything. You can see the same on him. But he's encompassed by all energy.
Genuinely, what were going to be a funny little piece of me saying you've literally blown a ghost has actually now made me go, what is that? You did blow a ghost, like, and I wanked one off, so
Just call it there, bro.
yeah.
There's not more we can say.
I'm,
It'll be inserted in the pod, so we will carry on talking.
yeah,
We're gonna
after
do
this,
now.
it'll just cut back to us talking because I weren't expecting this. I completely forgot about all this footage. Didn't you? Like now, things are coming back to me about what happened that night. Lots of shit happened to us that night, and I genuinely cannot wait for the actual documentary that they make because this is. How can you say? Now my brain is like, what is the answer to that? And this is what I was trying to do all night. It wasn't that I went in and I even went in with the attitude of I don't believe none of this shit. And I even told them when we got there, I said, I don't believe none of this shit. I think you lot just press buttons and have ropes and stuff and ghosts aren't real. I went in genuinely with that attitude. I didn't go in believing in them. I wanted it all to not work and just come back to you lot and be like, well, we tried and not actually happened, or there were a little bit. There's literally a ghost stood next to me.
It is that. Have we just broken the Matrix? We've broken it. It's real. It has to be real. I don't know what else to say.
Shit, bro.
I don't know what else to say.
Things are flooding back. Anyway, you'll have to watch the full.
Yeah, watch it all.
Yeah.
Listen to us carry on talking after. And yeah, so just
And anyway,
see in a bit.
back to the pod.
I'm feeling.
So
Very-
the question is, who came off lightest? Me being the abuser, you being the abusee. So what we need is comments.
Yeah.
We need comments. Who's worse, me for tossing a ghost off, or Jay
A
for
ghost
literally?
man. A ghost
And
man.
it was a
Abraham.
man. It was
Very,
Elizabeth's
very
husband.
manly ghost.
Yeah,
Like
very
that.
manly. The most manliest ghost ever.
Ever.
So that
Right.
makes me uber manly because I wanked him off. You
Yeah.
got face fucked, which makes you a bitch. Anyway, so what is worse, Jay getting raped in the mouth by a ghost or me wanking a ghost off? Which is worse? Because I know which
Who
one's
says
worse.
it wants it? So you might have actually raped him, technically.
Well,
And
what's worse, being raped by a ghost or raping a ghost? Still, same question.
Same question, isn't it?
So we just need in comments, who's worst?
Yeah.
Jay or me?
Who came off worse?
Who came off worse?
But yeah, that were that finished that one off, didn't it? Then I got in a body bag. And, I mean, nothing happened with that.
Yeah.
I got in a body bag and they set up all the equipment
in
around
all
me.
honesty, though, they did say, like, the activity at the beginning
Yeah.
was mental, genuinely, overwhelmingly mental
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
It really was, and it did start getting less and less. And what they were saying is, it's like you or me. They have an amount of energy, and if they use it, because they were setting shit off all the time.
Yeah, I think they
were
get
doing
tired.
and they basically get tired.
Then they're just going to have a little ghost
And they've got
kick, don't they?
a little ghost nap.
Little ghost nap.
So because it were then, and then they were just like, do you know what? I think we've used all. And
Let's just call it, yeah. And then they had bear packing up to do, and like Paul touched on earlier, we just sort of said us goodbyes, didn't we?
Yeah, they told us to.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
I said no.
we
We'll let you
offered.
put away, but they knew I had working. I had 3.5 hours sleep that night. It were pretty rank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to watch. What did you summarise from it? I think they're just some of the funny bits and like the things that we can remember. Because without
because it is there's a lot going on, and
there's much more. So genuinely, go watch their channel because there's something. If you don't believe, go watch their channel and then watch a few episodes and then report back to us.
Yeah,
and
let
if
us
you
know
do
what you think.
believe, why are you not following them? Why are you not?
perfect. Yeah.
So there we go. What we're about to say.
I don't know.
So right, so that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, and just another little caveat. Once they've released their documentary, we're going to have them back on
Yeah.
where we can all talk together because obviously we can, and we'll let you know before so you can all watch the documentary, and then we're going to have them back on. And if you have any questions or we will ask them. We will make sure we tell you before we have them back on. And then we can go into things a bit more detailed with people who actually know what we're going on because we don't. We
were just riffing. We were just there to enjoy it, weren't we? And it was good fun, wasn't it?
But we don't
have the knowledge. I'm
like I can't remember any of the machines. Like we came up with nicknames. Like they actually nicked one of mine from us last podcast when I went the octopus thing. Now they call it the octopus.
Yeah.
Which I'm very. That's
Well done,
claim to fame.
Yeah, well.
But funny bits aside.
Yeah.
Joking aside, let's get back to being a bit more serious journalists. Yeah, we'll be silly journalists. I'm just going to nick.
Yeah, nick that, mate.
Podpad's fine.
Podpad's fine. It's...
Before.
Yeah.
Yep. As a, if you've watched the last pod, which is best pod so far, over 100 views now. Thank you for that, everybody. I said I was about 80% because I went in on that podcast. Go back and watch it if this is your first time watching us. Go back and watch that one because it must be good because loads of people watched it.
Yeah, must be.
I said I've had a lot of experiences which I go to in that podcast. You've never had an experience.
No.
I have, and not like I've seen ghosts or out like that. But I was not a full believer. And I said that to their faces.
Yeah.
Aliens, I'm 100% believer in aliens. I'll die on me ill on that one.
Yeah.
I think there's that much evidence. The ghost thing, as I said, I used to watch Most Haunted, but it's more my own personal experiences. Like, I have no other explanation for it. There is no other explanation apart from there is something, when you die, something happens. And I mean, it could be. Let's not get into that. Right. So I was not 100% sure. Jay, you were even less sure than me because you've never had any experiences.
I've not to go on. Yeah, I'll have to say 75%. I'm 3/4. No, I'm at 50-50. I would say it would be a fair. I've no reason to disbelieve. I've no reason to believe. I'm a solid 50-50. It makes sense, kind of, if ghosts are real or it's a nice to have. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of it, I think, people believe in it because they want to believe in the afterlife. It's like religion. I'm not religious in the slightest, but that doesn't mean I don't believe that there's a higher power. I'm not religious in the sense I don't follow those religious books. Again, I've talked about this on previous pods. Might not have been released because we have recorded about 100 of them. We do. I have talked about this. I don't believe in religion. That does not mean I don't believe in a higher power or that there's something else or whatever you believe. It doesn't mean I don't believe those things. I just don't believe those books. I think they were written by men.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can just... Anyway, that's a separate podcast. But I think sometimes people have this coping mechanism where you could put little things...
You're searching for patterns and stuff like that to sort of just affirmate your own
and
thoughts.
That I can understand why people do not believe. But all I have to say is, if you don't... Now... I'm 98%. The only missing 2% is if ghostly locations, which I don't believe this at all, pulled an absolute blinder of a fast one. That's it. It's either ghosts are real or ghostly locations are lying and they had buttons that they were pressing behind his backs and stuff and absolutely took us for...
And it just wasn't true, was it?
That is not true, and I do not believe that.
No.
So, but I have to keep the 2% just in
Gotta
case.
keep it for what I perceive to be just rational.
So,
You know?
I mean, so what genuinely tell the people, what do you actually believe after doing that and seeing everything that we saw and experienced everything we experienced, and you got assaulted by a ghost in the mouth? In the mouth.
It was in the mouth, wasn't it?
100% in the mouth.
100% it had to be.
Yeah, or your ear, but I'm guessing mouth.
How come when you were there, Paul, you like had your hands against wall? How are you doing that?
Well, I saw what happened to you. I was hoping it'd happen to me, but
all like palms against wall.
mate, I had my pants around my ankles.
Yeah,
That dark,
very
you didn't see
unusual,
that.
mate,
Very
very
unusual
unusual.
ghost hunting technique. But
I don't know what to say.
and
It
be honest
makes
with
sense.
people.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
about 80% now.
So you're now where I was.
I think about 80%. I think the timing of the thing was just wonderfully done. If it was a falsity, which it just weren't, but if it were wonderful. It was so well executed because we were there and we didn't see anything.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not whether the devices work and all that sort of shit. I don't know, but they switched on at the right times. They seemed to question things. Certain voices coming through. Jonathan reeling off answers to questions, which were really good.
What sold it for me?
Temperature dropping when it should have got hotter. That sort of thing.
What sold it for me, apart from you being sexually assaulted in the mouth, which I cannot get over, and that made me more happy than anything else in my life. Just knowing that you're that beta, you got done by a ghost in the mouth. It was the boxes and the music boxes and that beepy thing that sometimes would not shut up.
With a little aerial on, yeah.
With a little aerial on. But when Karen asked it a question, it stopped or started to answer the question. And sometimes it'd beep twice. Like they know that once is for yes, twice is for no, or the other way around. Can't remember. Sorry, Karen, you kept saying that. But it'd beep like beep, beep.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
Or sometimes the music box would just be like, anyway, so like, did he hurt you? What's something along those lines, isn't it? Like the music box would just go, diddle-oo.
Yeah.
And just stop. So it'd only play for like a split second.
It
wouldn't always do its rotation, which would make sense if someone were constantly triggering it. Like wind. There were no wind, by the way.
No,
but yeah, if it were like constantly getting triggered, it'd play its full rotation. If it were on a timer and stop, and then it played its full rotation and stop. Didn't do that a lot. There was certain times it just like play like diddle like 2 seconds and stop. Like it were answering back.
What were me? It were the beep. Can you just step off that? That like when they kept playing it, and then Karen would say, "Could you just step off that, please?" And can you just stop? Boom, and it just stopped.
Yeah, come on.
Then,
like, sometimes they get forceful. Come on now, we can't. You want us here to ask you questions stuff like we can't hear you. You know, just stop and just go off. So you want him like a voice command because you're asking it to stop in different ways.
I just,
so like, can you touch that off? Can you stop that? Can you step away from that? Shut up. You know, all these different ways. So it's not like it were like a voice commanded device either. And
because it wasn't. All that said, if they had a button in the pocket, right? Because I'm trying to still think.
You'd have heard it clicking.
Not just the clicking, but it would have been more perfect. Are you there? Beep. Can you step off that? It wasn't, because sometimes it'd be, can you step off that? Beep. And then literally she'd end up saying, get off it. And as soon as she got forceful, it just stopped. And I can't see that level of acting. Because if they had millions of views and they were earning bare money off it, right, I could kind of understand. But they shouldn't be. They should be more popular than they are. Way more popular.
They just do it for themselves. Yeah.
They do it for themselves, and it costs them a lot of money to do these things.
So there's no financial gain whatsoever.
No gain in it whatsoever to lie and cheat. There is none. So
there's no motive, is there? So to be fair, they are 100% credible. Very, very credible.
And when you meet him,
very nice.
He's the son of a vicar. So
yeah,
you know, I don't mean that. I mean, he's been brought up to be right, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how I see it.
Thou shalt not lie.
And all that.
Is that even a real commandment?
Commandment. No, that's awful. That.
Nah, bollocks to it.
What's worse?
Why do I
saying that or being mouth raped by a ghost?
I'm saying that. Mouth rape wasn't too bad. Don't know what the fuss is about.
But in all honesty, I'm 98% now. And this is what you have problems with, because people don't experience things. So they can't accept it. So all I say is, go on a ghost hunt. Fine,
Yeah.
there's loads of tours and stuff like that. Go. Actually, if you don't believe it, or you're 50-50, just go on one.
Have a go.
Have a go and get back to us and say, do you know what? You're right. There was no other explanation for it.
No.
Because I can't, like, I keep coming. When I got home that night, I was literally laid awake. They told me I would, and I actually was. And I'm thinking, what are the other explanations? There has to be other explanations. I'm a twice published scientist.
He is now.
Twice published.
Twice published.
Right?
Yeah.
I, like, genuinely, technically, I have been taught to do things like in the scientific method. And all night I was laying going, well, what was that? What's the other explanation? What is the other explanation, Jay? Because I can't think of anything. That music, the boxers, there was nothing around them. Why did they go off? What could...
There were just nothing to say.
There were no winds.
I'm out of it, Paul. I don't know, mate. But it just very credible. Seemed legit. Ghosts must be real. I've got to dare say it. There must be. Definitely leans towards
whether it's
real.
ghosts or whatever it is,
Something,
there is something that we cannot see that moves in ways we do not know.
Very,
It-
very good words there, bro.
I mean, I'm a lyricist as well as a scientist.
Yeah, man.
But genuinely, the heart, it cannot be nothing. And if it's nothing, that means it's something. I mean, that's two things I've just laid on you right there.
Yeah.
And they're original quotes, by the way. They're
Yeah.
not. I haven't nicked them. Don't think. If I have plagiarised them,
fucker
sorry.
listening.
I even
Yeah.
said plagiarised like a proper scientist.
Baller. But other than that, I don't know what else to say, bro.
There
Please
is nothing
go on.
else to say that on that.
Other than that, and then we sat and had a chat with them, and off we sort of waved them off, and off we went. And they'll be watching now. So,
Hi, Karen.
Jonathan,
Beth, you all right?
yeah,
Honestly, one of the best experiences of my
Yeah,
life,
pretty.
just because I've never done it before.
no.
Would it good for you?
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, really enjoyed
really
it.
was. And
Yeah.
as I say, ghost locations don't actually take the public anymore. But there are other things, and if you're 100% don't believe, what's the harm in going on one?
They're in. Is there?
Just go on one. Just have a look. Get contact people. Go on one. Do your own. Go to a bloody haunted house and just call out. Just listen. It's
I like
so
cool.
weird.
Yeah, some of the tech were cool, but
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
all I would do is that app that you can get on your phone. It's called Echo Box, I think. That's the app where it goes. Just goes through loads of random. There's no words in this app whatsoever.
oh yeah,
And as it's going, words were coming through, like talking.
yeah, that's another thing. Yeah,
Yeah, but you can actually get that app. Download the app and just start asking shit in your house if there's out there or out. Because there's no words, and we can't even do it justice. Just go watch the thing. We'll get him back on, and we'll have a bit more of an informed chat rather than just me and him just run. It was just so exciting to me.
it were exciting because we it was a good time.
And just remembering everything is really hard. But obviously, when they've released their documentary, it will refresh our brains when we've watched it.
Yeah.
You will all see it. If you have any questions, email us, thebeartrappedpod@gmail.com.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know it is.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I didn't know.
Throw up peace signs then. And we'll have them back in for a long discussion about it. See what they thought, because like even they were like, "Wow, it was mad that there was so much activity." Because they were worried that there weren't going to be any activity, and to be honest, I couldn't have handled any more activity. I couldn't.
No, we're all full. You know what I mean?
His mouth was. So on that note, guys,
Yeah,
there's
let's
your
wrap it.
brief rundown of what we did.
You'll see it all.
You'll
Credit
see-
to everyone involved. Aye, those
I'll
three
we'll
Bear.
go with a slow-mo of Jay being abused. Brutally abused, and that's what we lead him with. So thank you for watching. Please get us to 50 subscribers to stop him whinging like a bitch, and that's it.
Not more to add.
Peace.
Okay, peace.
Good. No, I'm doing that.